Happy Friday! We're currently 3/4 of the way through, well, almost 3/4 of the way through the 1-year Bible reading plan that I'm completing with Women of the Word. Over the last 2 weeks, we've read two of the shorter books of the Old Testament. One was Ecclesiastes, which is my absolute favorite book, and Song of Solomon. Some versions say Song of Songs. Same book. And currently we're reading Isaiah, but I'm going to double back and read some of the verses from Song of Solomon. Now, before I read them, this is a steamy book of the Bible. It talks about the love, the affection, the sexuality between a man and a woman, lovers. And many think that this book is an allegory that depicts Christ's love for the church, which is also referenced to as his bride. So if you are part of the church, you belong to the Church of Jesus Christ, and you're referred to as the bride, and there's a love relationship there where we desire him, we love him, we are faithful to him, and we have no other things that vie for our affection and our attention. Anyways, I'm going to read chapter 2, verse 4 through 7. It says, "He escorts me to the banquet hall. It's obvious how much he loves me. Strengthen me with raisin cakes. Refresh me with apples, for I am weak with love. His left arm is under my head, and his right arm embraces me. Promise me, O women of Jerusalem, by the gazelles and wild deer, not to awaken love until the time is right." Now, this is like so romantic, and I just want to highlight verse 4 and verse 7. Verse 4 says, "He escorts me to the banquet hall. It's obvious how much he loves me." This was very encouraging because we look everywhere for dating advice, and dating advice right here. As a woman, I've gone through seasons where you're dating someone and you're like, is this the right person? I've been around, women who were in that same process of dating, but there's something here that you just cannot get away from, right? It is obvious how much he loves me. When you find yourself in a perpetual feeling of, does he love me? Does he not? Like, it's cool when you're in middle school and you're like, he loves me, he loves me. No. In real life, adulthood, mature men know how to show you that they love you. I mean, they will go through like the greatest lengths to show that they love you. There's just something instinctual that a man just wants to, like, he loses his mind. Women too, they say love is blind, but there's just something, that need to cleave, that excitement about being with the one that you love, that makes you want to show that you love that person. So if you find yourself guessing and wondering, not in a healthy way, some of that is healthy, like if you're gonna get married, you want to make sure that this is the right person, but if you feel like you're on the fence and you can't tell, chances are he's not the one, or it's not the time. It's obvious how much he loves me, as verse 4 says. And then verse 7, the second part, says, "Well, promise me, O women of Jerusalem, by the gazelles and wild deer, not to awaken love until the time is right." And this is a refrain that you hear over and over again in this very short book. And the message is clear. Love is so strong, it's so powerful, and we're not created to continue to open up that door to love and giving our all to someone. It's hard to shut that door when you open it up. And so we are admonished, we are encouraged to wait until we know for sure that this is the person that God has for me. This is the person that I'm going to spend my life with before we allow ourselves to embrace certain emotions. So before you know his last name is not the time to start entertaining ideas of your future family and your kids and all these different things. As Christians, and especially as Christian women, we must guard our hearts and our emotions and make sure that we're not just giving ourselves to people without knowing that they're here to stay. All right, there's a million other things that I can say about this whole, these scriptures and dating as a whole, but that's what I have for you. It will be obvious that he loves you. I mean, his face will light up when you walk in the room. He will do the things for you that he knows makes you happy. He's not going to keep hurting you and keeping you guessing and hanging by a string and playing games with your heart. And until you know that you know that you know that this is the one God has for you, guard your heart and read your Bible. Take care.